Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget Nine Wives. Click the link below. Click the link below. Yeah, man. I first of all, I just got to finish going to go see Set It Off. Uh, it's a play now. The Brat plays Queen Latifah, and she sets it off. She's very entertaining. So um, it's going to Oakland and then Philadelphia. So if you're in those areas, and it's in LA tomorrow, if you're in the area, I would suggest that you go check it out. Very entertaining film. They got everything out of their medium-sized budget, I would say. So I would say they invested more so in the talent than the stage production, but it's it's a good film. I mean, good play. Um, Sean Porter, Terrence Crawford, um, is not selling. When the fight was announced, I said it wasn't going to be a sellout, and y'all said, "Oh, you're hating, Fred. You're hating." Nah, it can't sell. Canelo drained the swamp, and I said that he would, but I said it's going to be a good fight, but people are going to be disinterested. And next week is going to be worse with Stevie Fulton and what's his name, Brandon Figueroa. They're going to have to give away tickets, and at the end of the day, that's what Top Rank is going to do. They got some ticket organizer, and they'll start slashing the prices and do what they need to do to at least fill in the lower bowl. But it's going to be an entertaining fight. I'm not sure what's in Vegas this week, but they'll get people to get to the fight, and the hosts and MGM. Is Mandalay Bay separate from MGM? I don't know, but but yeah. So that's pretty much what it is. So if you want to go to the fight, go to the fight. Um, Bob Arum is a genius, man. He's a genius. He told the WBO to make Sean Porter the mandatory so he can get off of his what? His guarantee with Terrence Crawford. In my opinion, pay per view. I think there's a minimum on a pay per view for Sean Porter, and it's based upon pay per views. So, but they don't have an audit. Sean Porter's not going to hire an auditor to audit the the pay per view, so he'll never know how many pay per views they sell. Terrence Crawford's not going to hire an auditor. So, but it is what it is. It's going to be a hell of a fight. I think the first 6 rounds is going to be beautiful. I think that's what we pay for, and I think the seventh round. I'll do a video on this tomorrow, maybe, but the late in the rounds, I think that I don't think, and this ain't no hate. I don't think Kenny Porter can carry Sean Porter through the championship rounds. I really, really don't. I've never seen it in big fights, and I think that's Team Porter's shortcomings is the intellectual. I think there's an intellectual ceiling in in narrating the expectations to the fighter. Um, I think Sean, I think Sean is a perfect vessel. I wouldn't say perfect. I mean, I would want him to be 3 more inches taller, obviously, for the welterweight division. But outside of that, he's a great vessel. But I think I think Terrence Crawford's gonna win the championship rounds. Does he stop him? No, I think he's a wound. I think Sean Porter will look like a dog being hit by a car walking to the sidewalk. That's what I think will happen. Sorry for the bad example, but uh, that's kind of what I feel. Because many of us that hit dogs, and you get out and you're like, oh man, and the dog just limps to the sidewalk and then runs off. So, but anyways, man, there's plenty of tickets left as I predicted, and y'all said I was hating. And but when it comes to the finances of the sport, I told y'all, Barbershop Conversations is a one-stop shop. So, anyways, it's 2 o'clock and 1:45 over here in the morning, and I think I should go to bed because Lincoln and I got Lincoln. We got basketball practice Saturday mornings, man. It's the funnest thing with your kids, man. So we got basketball practice, and it is what it is, man. So that's what I believe. I'll do I'll do an official prediction video in the morning, and but I see he hired Barry Hunter for this fight, but he wasn't with him in camp. I think that's going to be the difference, the repetitions, the habits. Um, you know that's why I have a piano teacher because I'm not great at it. For Lincoln and Kennedy, Dre is very adequate on the piano, but because we needed help, we hired an instructor, and I think Sean Porter. That when Sean Porter looks back at his career, he's going to realize the deficits that his dad had. Not that his dad is bad. I think his dad is the voice that Sean Porter needs to hear, but the technical stuff, I don't think, because even when they're working out, the jab doesn't change speeds, the jab doesn't change levels. It's always on the same plane. He should be throwing up jabs, and you know, the first jab is a jab, second jab is a hook, then the hook to the jab. You know what I mean? And he's always at the same speed, same speed, same speed. And I think that's going to be the difference in the fight. So um, I expect Terrence Crawford to win the championship rounds. If Terrence Crawford stops him, whoo, you talk about sending electricity through boxing. That will send electricity through boxing. Anyway, this is gonna be my prediction video, dog. I'm not making that video. Like it. Uh, yeah. So that's kind of the way I have it. I've never seen and I've never seen Bomac in the championship rounds in a tough fight. Yes, I have. He got stopped a couple weeks ago by Shakur Stevenson. Brand lost his last fight. Maurice Hooker got stopped by Virgil. Um, those were real talent deficits, though. Shakur, Jamel, Brand, Murata, 2 or 3, whatever number that was. And yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see moving forward. And that's what I have, man. So the fight didn't sell too well. It's probably going to be about 7,000, 6,000 people in there, which is fine. I mean, which is fine, but it's a referendum on that Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford can't sell because this is a big ass fight. Like, this is the best fight the welterweight division has had this year. You know, it's a top 5 fight of the year pre-fight in terms of level of opposition, level of fighters. Mm-hmm. It's definitely a top 5 fight of the year, I believe. You know, um, Stevie Fulton has been in 2 big fights this year. Shout out to Stevie Fulton. You know what I mean? Um, Doing the damn thing. So I'm trying to think of some other guy. Obviously, the heavyweights, Wilder, Fury, 122-pound division. I think Showtime has done a real good job, and Al Heyman has done a real good job at the 122 limit. Um, yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I'm talking about pre-fight, not talking about in the fight. Um, but anyways, um, I got Sean Porter getting beat by a UD, a big UD, not a competitive UD the second half of the fight. And what I mean by big UD, Sean Porter is a competitor. He's not he's not gonna like not fight. He's still gonna fight, and he's gonna have moments in the rounds. But Terrence Crawford will win 2 minutes of the round. That's kind of what I mean by big UD, not like big punches and stuff like that, but just dominating the round, winning the round clearly. How about that? And so that's what I have it. Terrence Crawford by unanimous decision, and we'll see. So if you're in Vegas, if you choose to buy a ticket, go ahead. Uh, Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford better start. And it's funny because I said this before. If you don't connect with the people, I don't give a fuck how big. And I don't give a fuck how big Fight Hype is or how big at least Setback, or if you don't connect with your fan base, they don't come. This is a mega fight for the welterweight division, and look at all these tickets for sale. So anyways, you got to connect with the people, man. You got that disconnect, that Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford have is showing up. It's showing up tonight, and the pay per views. I say 160. This fight to do 160. They gonna say 300,000. They ain't gonna do no damn 300,000 though. No way, no how. No way. That's impossible because I haven't got not one phone call on this fight. Not one. I got more interaction with people about Canelo than I did for this fight. So, anyhow, barbershop conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button, and it's gonna be a good fight though. It's gonna be. I don't know who's on the undercard. Don't know. Um, damn, I don't know. So I'm trying to think. Now I don't know who's on the undercard, but is Isaac Dogbay on this undercard? Oh, is Isaac Dogbay and Chris Diaz on this undercard? That fight is worth watching now. Man, I feel bad for Dogbay though, man. He might be too short for Chris Diaz, man. Because you can't outwill Chris Diaz, man. Ugh. Barbershop conversations. Click the link 9Ys below, and I appreciate y'all. And I'll see you guys in the morning.